Donald Trump admitted recently that he is absolutely not going to stop his extrajudicial killings of people on boats in both the Caribbean and, of course, now over in the Pacific Ocean. And the reason for that is because Donald Trump says, we just want to kill people. That's not an exaggeration either. This is what Donald Trump told reporters last week. He was asked about the legality of striking these boats, which we know is not only illegal here in the United States, it's also an international war crime. But Trump says, I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country, okay? We are going to kill them, you know? They're going to be, like, dead. That is an actual word-for-word quote from the President of the United States. They're going to be, like, dead. We're going to kill them, you know? Yeah, we're just going to kill them. Hey, is this even legal? They're going to be dead, so it doesn't matter, right? Woo, they're going to sue me from beyond the grave, right? That's effectively what Donald Trump is saying. We don't care. We're just going to kill them because we think they could be bringing drugs into the country. And if they're not bringing drugs into the country right now, then maybe they would in the future, so you may as well just knock them out of the water right now. There's several more wrinkles to this story, in addition to Donald Trump just saying we're just randomly killing people out in the open ocean. It's that an official with the Trump administration, on the condition of anonymity, recently spoke to Drop Site News, where they admitted, off the record, right, no name attached to it, but they admitted most of these boats didn't even have the gasoline capacity to make it to the United States from where they were. Because most of these are just leisure boats, right? They're not giant tankers that are meant to, transverse the ocean. These are people's regular boats. And a regular boat, if you're down in the Caribbean, does not even have enough gasoline inside of it to make it to the United States. Same thing with coming from the Pacific Ocean down by South America. You're not going to make it to the U.S. in that. So these boats that Trump swears were coming to the United States to bring bad drugs, they don't know where exactly they were even going. But they likely weren't coming to the United States, because if they were, they would all be adrift in the ocean right now, out of gas and out of hope. That is, again, according to an administration official who spoke to Drop Site News. And it gets worse. In spite of that, Pete Hegseth announced at the end of last week, we're going to send an aircraft carrier down there. We're going to help Donald Trump kill more people because he thinks it's fun. We don't know who they are. We don't know what's in the boats. We don't even know where the boats are going. But by God, I'm going to send the biggest boat we have, an actual aircraft carrier, so that we can kill them faster, right? So that way we just launch the drones from the aircraft carrier, 100 yards away, and then boom, boat dead. Everybody on board dead. All the evidence of drug smuggling sunk to the bottom of the ocean, so we can't ever show you, that these people had drugs, but So we're putting out an aircraft carrier. These boats are obviously not headed straight to the United States, and Trump admits he's enjoying killing people. You would think that would be it, right? Oh no. It still gets worse, folks. According to reports, it is Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State of the United States, that is hell-bent on trying to convince Trump, and succeeded in it, by the way, convincing Trump that Venezuela is sending the bad drugs up here, right? Can't tell you the name of it, obviously, because YouTube punishes you for that, but it starts with an F and ends with a nil. So, Rubio convinced Trump that Venezuela is producing that drug and sending it to the United States, even though there's no evidence to suggest that. In fact, experts have said 0 of that drug are coming from Venezuela to the United States. So, Rubio convinces Trump this, but why? What does Rubio have against Venezuela? Well, turns out that Rubio has also been pushing Donald Trump to get his hands on the vast oil reserves in Venezuela. And Trump had worked out a deal with the Maduro government to do that, but Rubio convinced him, We could get a better deal if Maduro was not in power anymore. Suddenly, all of this starts to make sense. Trump claims all these boats are coming from Venezuela, headed to the United States. We bombed them out of the water. Now we're sending an aircraft carrier down there in a major show of escalation. We're going to be at war with Venezuela. Why? For the purpose of regime change? So that the administration can get their hands on the country's vast oil reserves. Does that sound a little familiar? Right? We're going to go topple the government of a country so we can get their oil. Yeah. This is Iraq War 2.0. Faulty premise, escalation, lies galore, all because we want the damn oil. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.